What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Fatboyz Dynasty Podcast, coming at you live on the Fantasyholics Podcast Network on YouTube. I'm Bo. That's Brant. Back together again, Brant, after some weeks off. You had me out here solo dogging it last week. The people hated it. The people hated me. It was boring listening to me drone on and on last week. Glad to have you back this week, my friend.
Yeah, man, it's been a rough schedule. I want to, it's just been a rough schedule with sports and everything right now. Your kids are starting to get to that age where they have sports, and I've got 97,000 of them little turds running around here, and they're always doing something. So, not to mention everything else, but it's great to be back, finally back together. That's not on a Sunday. Thank goodness we haven't missed any of those. Knock on wood over here.
And Brant, what better time to come back? I thought you missed out on the talking about trades last week, but the NFL said, hey, we'll get you another one for this week, so the Fatboyz have something to talk about in person. Patrick Mahomes gets another weapon. DeAndre Hopkins gets a chance to revitalize his career. He goes from Tennessee to Kansas City for a 5th round that could be a conditional 4th round, depending on how he plays. How do you feel about this move, Brant?
Well, that's going to lead us right into our show. I like it. I love it for Patrick Mahomes, and I love it for another guy that I have on a list that we're going to talk about here shortly. So it rattles right on into it. I think Mahomes gets one of the best possession receivers in the NFL. Yeah, he's a little older, but he's going to do great things. It's probably the best quarterback he's probably had in his entire career. For D-Hop, and it's too bad it didn't happen, when I was always on that D-Hop train, and D-Hop took me to many fantasy Super Bowls, and you and me always talked about it, how back in the day when he was on Arizona, if I had him on my team, I was almost guaranteed to make the championship. Unfortunately, I don't have him. And the guy that does have him, I'm not paying the premium that he's probably going to want for him. But D-Hop has great chance to re-energize his career there in Kansas City.
Yeah, absolutely. And too, on the opposite end of it, for people like myself who have invested a lot and are owning a lot of shares of Patrick Mahomes in Dynasty, it's been frustrating this year because the Chiefs are obviously undefeated. The Chiefs are finding a way to get it done. But unfortunately, that success hasn't translated to fantasy points for Patrick Mahomes this year, which is just not something the fantasy community is used to. So hopefully having another guy who can catch the pass or not just blatantly drop balls and maybe Travis Kelce as well will get Patrick Mahomes going in the fantasy community a little bit here.
I don't know if it will. I think it's going to – I know a lot of people want it to, but the way that the Chiefs offense has been running, it's, run, pass, run, pass, run, pass, run. And it's worked so good. And I don't know if it's going to I think this is, like you said, a guy to catch the ball, but you may get 2 or 3 more points, and that's about it. I don't know if he's going to jump into that top tier that we're used to this year just because of what is around him. So it is going to be something to watch.
Listen, I'll speak for all Patrick Mahomes owners when I say this. My dogs chime in too. Hopefully my wife is getting quick to go take care of that. But anyway, Patrick Mahomes owners, we don't care if we get 2 or 3 more points. We need those 2 or 3 more points. He's killing us this year. It's been rough. But I digress. Enough of this train. We've got a very fun episode to talk about. We're going to talk about it on the other side of this intro. Brant, you ready to go?
Let's get our bibs on.
Let's go eat. So, Brant, you absolutely have to love me right now. Busy schedules. I told you, hey, man, listen, this week you don't have to prep for the show at all. All I need you to do is come up with some names that you'd want to trade for if you were a contender and some names you'd want to trade for if you were rebuilding. I found this new website and I'm going to share it with all of you now. I've been talking to Brant about it all day, but I wouldn't tell him my secret. This website is a website that I stumbled upon after, some extensive research. I've put some countless hours into playing around on this app at this point. It might be my new favorite thing to do when I'm sitting on the throne, if you will, as well as in my car prior to work and some other times like that. This app was a lot of fun. It is called dynastydaddy.com for those of you that may want to play along with this at home. But anyway, Brant, which way do you want to start with this? Do you want to start with, and I will talk about that name and the website again at the end of the show. Which one do you want to start with? You want to start with contenders or pretenders first? Who are we trading for first?
I'm going to talk about my trade away. If you're trying to rebuild and your chance to get some good stock. So we're going to talk about players to trade away if you're in a rebuild that you may have. You may be struggling. You may be doing okay, but you're in the mindset of you're not going to compete when you make the playoffs. I'm going to put you at the first name on the board, Dallas Goedert. Trade him away to a contender. In my mind, while you put this in and everything, the reason I say this is A.J. Brown's back healthy. Devontae Smith's back healthy. There wasn't a whole lot going around. Jalen Hurts has not looked great throwing the ball this year. Barkley's there. Dallas Goedert may be the fourth option on that team now. And in my mind, it's time to get rid of him. Get rid of him while it's hot, because I think he had one. I think he was out last week, I believe. But the weeks prior, he had good weeks. So now might be the time to get rid of him.
All right. So again, this dynastydaddy.com website, you can go in and put your sleeper ID into it. You can factor your actual leagues. But what Brant and I have done for this is we've made the league type dynasty. We've made it a double quarterback league, 12 team. Okay. And all you have to do is simply put the dates in that you want to look for, set how many assets can be moved in the trade. And I've got this set for the last 24 hours, Brant. So here are some of the trades that have got Dallas Goedert in them. Okay. So here's the first one. You tell me whether you'd want to be, as a contender, you'd be comfortable making this trade or not. Within the last 24 hours, somebody has traded Sam Darnold, Dallas Goedert, and a 2025 third round pick for Brock Bowers.
So you're trading away Goddard to go rebuild. Absolutely, I'm taking this. So you're giving up Goddard.
It is a super flex. It is a super flex giving up Sam Darnold.
And you're going to give up Darnold. Darnold, we both know, is not the answer there. J.J. McCarthy is still in. So if you have somebody that's startable, and then you're going to get what in my mind, and it's proven, he's probably the number one tight end to own in dynasty startups right now is Brock Bowers. He's young. He's the number one target. He's only going to get better this year. That is absolutely a trade that I would consider.
Okay, here's another one I'm going to give you. Tucker Kraft for Dallas Goedert and 2 third-round picks.
I don't know if I'm going to take that, and here's why. Kraft has looked phenomenal with the ups and downs of that receiving core of everybody missing time. So I don't know if I would take Tucker Kraft because that is such a young receiving core. I don't know how I feel about Kraft in the long run over the years.
And then the last one, just because I'm going to throw it out, just because it's the only one piece for one piece trade, 2026 round 3 for Dallas Goedert. So a third round pick in next year's draft class.
I don't know if I would take that straight up. I think I would look for 2/3. I would get a little greedy with it just because Dallas Goedert has been a top 10 tight end all year, past few years, and the tight end's been down. I think I would try to get a little greedy with it, maybe entertain it for a smaller piece or another later round, maybe get 2 picks out of it. I think I would try to play with that before I jump right on it.
And now I want to mention this. These are not trades that I'm saying are fair. These are not trades that I'm advocating. These are trades that have legit happened across the fantasy football world. Okay, So there you have it. All right, Brant, that was Dallas Goedert. Give me the next name you got here.
Chuba Hubbard. Got to get it while the iron's hot. Got to get rid of him before that young rookie comes in and starts stealing some snaps. You and me talked about this, and you made a lot of sense about maybe they don't let Brooks in right away. So get Chuba because Chuba's still fairly young. He's looked phenomenal this year. He still could be a great piece for a contender this year.
Okay, there's significantly more Chuba Hubbard trades than there are Dallas Goedert in the last 24 hours, Brant. So I'm just going to start throwing some of these at me. You don't have to give a super lot of detail in them unless you want to. Chuba Hubbard or Luke McCaffrey? Okay, first of all,
I'm keeping Chuba.
I would say so.
I loved Luke coming into this year, but it's not there.
I think this one would be pretty solid if you're a rebuilding team. Chuba Hubbard and J.K. Dobbins for a round 1 pick in this coming draft.
Absolutely. You don't know what Dobbins' future is, and you've seen the injury. Absolutely. Give me that in a stacked draft class.
You give up Chuba Hubbard and a 4th round pick this year to get a 2nd and 3rd round pick in this draft?
2nd and 3rd. I would try to get double seconds, but I'd probably consider that trade very, very likely.
Okay. Chuba Hubbard for Trey Sermon in 2/3.
No, thank you.
Trying to find one more here that's just straight up. Ooh, how about this one? Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks for Derrick Henry and Juwan Jennings.
So you're trading those away? No, I'm gonna keep. Wait, Chuba Hubbard. You're giving up Brooks. No, I'm keeping Brooks
over the number 1 fantasy asset in football right now.
If I'm rebuilding, yeah. If I'm a contending team, I would take that trade to get Derrick. Derrick's not going to be number 1 in the future. This is for you're trading Chuba if you're a rebuilder.
I'm just saying I think Derrick Henry's got more value long term as far as make that trade and flip it, and you're probably getting more than Jonathan Brooks is worth. We've never seen him on an NFL field before. So I and here's the last one I'm going to throw at you. Again, this is super flex. Aaron Rodgers for Chuba Hubbard.
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. We didn't find too many you'd liked on that one, Brant. All right, let me have the next name. What do we got for next here?
And you got to get it this week. If you're going to get him out, you better get this one out of the holster and start shooting. Rachaad White, get him out of there. Get him off your roster. He's young, but get him off your roster. That's a 3-headed monster you don't want to be a part of for the future.
He did have a very good game this week. All right, so right off the rip, Rachaad White and a 2026 4th round for a 2026 2nd round pick.
That's 2 years away. I'm trying to rebuild, and I'm trying to put my rebuild in one. If those are 2025 picks, if those are 2025s, I'm taking that. 2026, I don't like to look 2 years out. I like to see what I can snap first year and see if I can jump into it.
You don't have to want to look in 2 years, but there's a fellow by the name of Arch Manning coming in 2 years that a lot of people are saying, hey, that's the draft I want to stack as much as I can to try to get some stake in Arch Manning. Okay. So, okay, fair enough. How about, let's see here. Where's another one that's just straight up? Ooh, tell me about this one, Brant. Rachaad White and Kyle Pitts for Kenneth Walker.
Give me it.
Charbonnet doesn't scare you long term.
No, it was proven. Charbonnet had great value when Walker was gone. The minute he came back, Charbonnet's, you're in the backfield, bud. No, it doesn't. It does not. Not right now. Now, if Walker continues to have minor injuries, then maybe. But right now, it doesn't. That's the guy they want. He's catching the ball. He's running the ball. They had 1 week where they didn't feed him, and they got destroyed. And that's not – I don't see that happening. And of course, that was the 1 week I called for a huge week.
I'm going to bring this one up, too, just because it's on here about 3 different times out of the 24 trades involving Rachaad White over the last 24 hours. It is a 2027, so 3 years from now, round 2 pick straight up for Rachaad White.
2027. Now, I haven't done much draft research that far out. I haven't looked at any of the future freshman high school kids here, just because I feel like that's how far out it is. I think I'd probably hold White just because that is so far out. You might be able to get a little more. I'm not going to say you're going to, but I don't know if I want 3 years away.
That's the tough part, right? That's always hard. All right, Brant, who you got next on the menu here?
Maybe the not so smartest football player in the NFL, Jameson Williams.
JMO is going to be one of the busier names that have been moved this last 24 hours. I'm
I
sure.
mean, I'm saying this guy's young, he's explosive, he's great, but you're missing so much time with your team. Like, you've been suspended for gambling. You've been suspended twice for stuff that you can control. Like, this is easy stuff that you can control.
All right, we got quite a few to unpack on this one, Brant. I'm going to start with this one: Brian Robinson or Jamison Williams?
Give me Brian Robinson Jr. Give me Brian Robinson Jr.
You and I have been very, very high on him this year. How about this? This one's happened twice. Jamison Williams for a 2025 round 1 pick. Now, granted, this could be pick 112. It doesn't tell us what pick it is on this app. But still,
for a first rounder, give me that first rounder in this draft in a super flex where you got Sanders with the rushing upside. Give me that first round pick. You got a great class this year.
Okay. I've got 3 more I want to discuss with you on this one, or 4 more. We're going to go real quick. We're going to rapid fire them. Keon Coleman and a second for Jamison Williams.
Give me it. You're tying me to Josh Allen, and you're giving me a pick in this great draft. Give me that.
Here, this one, I feel like this is you in another league, potentially. Somebody traded Jamison Williams away, and they got 2 of your favorite players and a second-round pick. They got Kendre Miller and Jalen Polk and a second for Jamison Williams.
Give me that. Did you see how many times Polk got targeted? He was just dropping the ball. That's eventually going to come in, especially now that Drake May's there. They're going to start getting that chemistry. Give me that draft. Give me that. By the way, it is Polk on my roster. I don't remember if it was you or somebody else.
It was.
It is Polk and Leggett.
Okay, I said Polk. You said Leggett. I didn't think Leggett was right. All right, Jamison Williams, and you add a second-round pick to go get Anthony Richardson in a super flex.
This one's tough just because that injury. But give me that quarterback, because if they find a way to get a line to keep him healthy and he learns to really keep himself healthy, this is a top 5 quarterback.
All right, last one for you. Again, I feel like this one's a slam dunk. Jamison Williams, DJ Moore.
What's DJ Moore's age?
27.
Yeah, I'll take DJ Moore. Tied to that offense right now. Yeah.
5 years of DJ Moore before you really have to worry about trading him.
You're tied to a rookie quarterback who's already showing that he trusts you.
Absolutely. All right, Brent, who you got next on the docket for us here? This should be, I believe, our last trade away candidate, right?
David Montgomery, 27-year-old running back.
Okay, David Montgomery. Let's see how many times. 13 trades in the last 24 hours, Brant.
Number 13 running back on the year in PPR leagues.
All right, David Montgomery for James Cook in a 2025 round 3.
I'll take it. I'll take James Cook tied to that backfield. He's proven time and time again. They've talked about, Ray Davis. James Cook's done just fine. I think I'd take that.
Okay. David Montgomery, 20, and you add a 2026 second round pick for Marvin Harrison Jr.
I'm going to take it just because I think that the Marvin Harrison is still, he's too good of a talent. Kyler and the Kyler's offense throwing the ball scares me, but he's too good of a talent. I think I'd take that.
Okay. Obviously, I don't think you need to do much thought on this one. David Montgomery, you'd take a first-round pick for him and run away screaming?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Superflex, David Montgomery and Drake May to get Bijan Robinson.
Give me Bijan. Tied to that new offense and starting to click and look real good, I'll take Bijan.
Okay, last one I want to know, just because this one's interesting to me personally. Do you send David Montgomery? You get a third-round pick in this year's draft class and TJ Hawkinson, who's getting ready to come back from injury.
I think I'm going to keep Monty just because I think there's more value in that. I think there's more value to get. I think you could probably steal a second, maybe even a first, because the tight end position, you can just go, tight end position sucks this year. So why do I need to go get one when I could probably pick number 10 off the waivers tomorrow?
It's possible, for sure. It's possible. All right, Brent. So that kind of wraps up, some of the aging guys you want to get rid of. If you're a contender, who are you going after?
Now, this is my 2-for-1 special. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. It's time to go get them. It's been time the last few weeks, but I'm going after Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle if I'm a contender.
All right. Tyreek Hill's been involved in 28 trades. So as a contender, Brant, as bad as it's been this year, I don't know about this one. Are you willing to give up your Xavier Worthy and Josh Downs to get Tyreek Hill?
I'm contending this year. Anthony Richardson still throwing the ball to Josh Downs. Worthy tied to Mahomes, though. Like, that's, even though Mahomes isn't great for fantasy, that's no, I think I got to keep that youth. I would have to be a wide receiver 1 or 2. I would have to be literally, I know this is what puts me beating every team by 20 points if I'm going to go get Tyreek. I would have to be sure of that every week to make that trade.
Tyreek Hill for T. Higgins and a 2026 second. So you'd be giving up. You'd give up T. Higgins in a second.
I'll give up T. I think T is great long term. I do. Age scares me a little bit. Possibility of staying behind Jamar Chase. I know he's been great with Chase still, but I think I would do that.
All right, I'm going to pour some salt into the open wound here on this one, Brant. You get Tyreek Hill. All you got to do is give up Tank Dell.
No.
Your boy, Rashad Bateman, who is absolutely lighting the world on fire now that you no longer own him, and 2025 4th-round pick.
I'll keep Bateman. That there's too much inconsistency. Now you're gonna say he's lighting the world on fire. That's such that's like Kenny Galladay coming back.
All right, let's go look at some Waddle.
Oh my God, he really is wide receiver 26 on the year.
He's been having a good little year here, Brant. All right, so here you go. Prime. We've talked about 3 out of these 4 guys here. You, as a contender, give up Rachaad White and Jamison Williams for Trey Tucker and Jalen Waddle.
So I'm giving up White and who else?
Jamison Williams.
Yeah, give me White.
Okay. To get Jalen Waddle, you're going to send Deontay Johnson and your 1st-round pick in 2025.
No. Oh, Deontay Johnson's been too good this year, and then I get to add youth. No, I can't do that. That's another one that I would have to guarantee I'm winning the title to go get him.
This one I feel like is kind of a panic sell that somebody went through, Brant. Sam Laporta and Justin Herbert to get Jalen Waddle in a second.
No, Sam Laporta's about to skyrocket with Jameson. It took me a minute. I'm like, why would you do that? No, Sam Laporta's about to be the tight end 1 again because they're missing receivers again. No, I'm not trading Sam Laporta.
All right, last one I'm going to ask you here. You have to give up Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
No,
but you get Jalen Waddle and a 2025 2nd-round pick.
Wow. I think I would do it. I think me as a homer, I'm not doing it. But as a fantasy manager, I think I would do it.
Okay. I do. All right. So there's your 2-headed Dolphins players. Who you got next for us, Brant?
We talked about this just a minute ago, about a guy I'm going to go get because of this trade. Tyler Boyd. It's about to be the wide receiver 2 there. Behind Ridley. They want to get Ridley more targets. Well, they gave him 9 targets for, I think it was this many receptions there in London, or not in London, in their last game. Give me Tyler Boyd, a great possession wide receiver. That's a guy I would like to own if I'm contending. That's a flex start every week in my mind now.
Okay, so the fantasy community must not share the same sentiments as you. He's only been involved in 2 trades, and it seems like he's kind of a throw-in. All right, so I'm going to start with the bigger deal first. All right, so you give up a 2027 3rd round and a 2025 2nd round. Okay, you get Alexander Madison and Tyler Boyd.
I'm going to take that because Alexander Madison's been okay. He'll be a great bye week fill-in. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take that. I like Tyler Boyd moving forward.
And here's the other one for you. Tyler Boyd or Adam Thielen?
I'm taking Tyler Boyd. Has Adam Thielen done anything? Sure.
Neither is Tyler Boyd to this point, but I see the logic. I understand the logic. It'd be like saying, hey, would you rather have Adam Thielen or Trey Tucker after Mahomes got traded to the Panthers?
Check those trades tomorrow. Remember, that the news just came out this morning. Check those trades tomorrow.
It might take some time. Nobody's probably thinking of the fallout of him leaving so much as trying to go get him at this point.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see. All right, what you got next, Brant?
I'm going to save this one for last. Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua.
Ooh, Puka's a good one to go out and get, especially with the chances of the rumors of the Rams supposedly shopping around Cooper Kupp. All right,
hold up before you jump in this. I'll be the first to admit, if Cooper Kupp goes away, you might as well just punch me in the nuts for all my takes about Puka Nacua falling off the face of the earth and everything. So far, it's been right. Now it's a crappy way of being right. But I have been right. He did fall off the face of the earth, like I kind of said.
Listen, we don't wish for those, Brant. We take them, though. Remember when I said Cooper Kupp was going to be outside the top 10, and the fantasy world chastised me? Everybody came after this fat boy, and then Cooper Kupp was out for the entire season and was well outside the top 10. We didn't wish for that to happen, but damn it, he was outside the top 10, and I understand it right now. All right, so here we go. Starting right off with another guy that we're coming at you hot and heavy here, Brant, for these first couple. All right, as a contender, you're giving up a 2025 second-round pick and Jaden Reed to go get Puka Nacua.
I don't do it. Jaden Reed has been so good. I know he had a crappy week last week, and that's a sell. I don't do it. I don't do it. I'm gonna hope I hit the gold. I'm gonna hope I hit next year's Puka Nacua. I don't think I do it. I don't think I do it. That could be 3 weeks away before Puka comes back.
All right, you get Puka Nacua, Brant, but all you have to give up is a 2026 round 1 pick and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
That's tough. It was just the first round. I was ready to jump on it because that's 2 years later. But in 2 years, I think JSN is just as good as Puka. I think as a contender, I think I'm going to take it just because the way the season's gone with the Seahawks, you're not sure who's going to be the guy. So I think I would take that one this year if I'm a contender.
Okay, here you go. This one's interesting. I think this one's like a perfect contender meets up with rebuilder. This team seems to scream perfect for both sides to me. You get Puka Nacua and Kyle Pitts. All you have to give up to get that done is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yes. If I'm contending, yes. I like Kyle Pitts' upside. In my mind, he's going to be that guy that you can start when maybe you don't like your tight end matchup. Mm-hmm. He's also been, I think he had 3 or 4 receptions against the Seahawks this past week.
He's coming on a little bit here as of late.
So, yeah, I think I do take that one.
Okay, let me ask you, Brant. I know we're not on that side of it right now, but if you're on the rebuild side, would you be willing to move Kyle Pitts, who's still only 24 years of age, and Puka Nacua to get Marvin Harrison Jr.? Now, I want to set the precedent, too, and keep this on the forefront of your brain. We have no idea what Puka Nacua is going to look like coming back from injury.
Right.
You and I have both been on that train. Hey, we've got a full season of Puka Nacua for people to watch film on. People know what it looks like. Which one would you rather have in this one? Or as a rebuilder, would you give up Puka and the uncertainty of him, and Kyle Pitts, the unproven aspirations for Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I think I am, because that's just like getting a 101 from this past year for those two. And once again, you're not sure about Puka. And then Kyle Pitts, I'm not going to knock it because he is a great athlete, phenomenal athlete. But the way he's played so far, you might be able to poke that out of the next year's draft. So I haven't done a whole lot on the research. I got lucky and Brock Bowers fell into my lap in our dynasty league that I do most of my research for. So I haven't done a whole lot of tight end research for the future. I feel like I've been pretty lucky with the way him and Brooks fell into my lap in our draft.
Hey, Brooks may be the worst fantasy player. He may be next Trent Richardson. You don't know.
Could be.
Can't toot your horn on that one yet. You're good on the Brock Bowers. We're going to hold
Yeah.
off on Jonathan Brooks for now. All right. Last but not least, Brant, what's the name you got for me here?
No, buddy. We got two.
Oh, we got two more. Okay. I was counting the Tyreek and Jalen as separate. I got you.
George Pickens. You and me talked about this earlier today. George Pickens with Russell Wilson under center.
He's coming. He is coming.
And those catches were just phenomenal. That man just
25 trades involving Pickens.
Yeah.
Straight up, George Pickens or Dalton Kincaid.
Not tight end premium. I'm taking George Pickens.
Okay.
Especially with the new addition there in Buffalo.
Oh, okay. If you really want George Pickens, here's your chance, Brent. All you got to do is trade one player to get three. Okay. You're trading Jaden Daniels to get George Pickens, Brock Purdy, and Tank Bigsby. Okay. Think about all the names that are there. George Pickens, Brock Purdy. You're getting a quarterback back that's been just fine. I think top 12 in the last 2 years. And Tank Bigsby, who's got a chance to be an RB1 in Jacksonville to finish the season.
So I'm getting Pickens, but I'm giving up Daniels, Purdy. Or no, is it Pickens and Daniels?
Negative. You're giving up Jaden Daniels only. You are getting George Pickens, Brock Purdy, and Tank Bigsby.
Okay. All right. I misunderstood. I thought I was giving up or getting Pickens for all three of those. There was going to be you're going to have to blur this camera here. Yes, I will take that. I've given up Daniels to get Purdy, Pickens, and Tank. Yes, I will do that. Tank scares me, though, because they keep coming out, and I'm going to have to check that other site. What's that other one you use for the Coach Speak?
The Coach Speak Index.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that because they keep saying that Travis Etienne is tight or RB1.
Now, I know this guy's on the IR, Brant, but he's been electric. Should come back. Still a young player himself, young offense that he's stepping back into. You get George Pickens and a first-round pick this year. All you have to do is give up Nico Collins.
Okay, I'll take it.
Hey, if you're contending this year, even if you think Nico Collins is the best piece, right? But you're contending this year, Pickens makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Yep, and Nico scares me a little bit because he does get, with him missing, I believe the rest of the year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud is now developing even more chemistry for the rest of them. So how much is he going to spread the ball out next year? Yeah. So absolutely, I'll take that. And I get a chance to replace Nico.
Okay, so last one I'm going to give you. You're contending, Brant. You want that wide receiver one that you think George Pickens is going to be. Are you willing to give up a top-end running back to get it? Brian Robinson for George Pickens as a contender. Why is that, Brant? What is it
the
about
running back is so thin, and it was proven. The game that they missed Brian Robinson, they were missing the running back. So what did Dan Quinn do? Hey, Brian Robinson, get in the backfield and take this ball and run. And do what you do best. Let's control the clock. Let's protect Daniels. And Daniels got hurt on a scramble. It is what it is. I'm keeping Brian Robinson. It's proven. It was one game, and it was proven. We need this man.
Absolutely. All right. Now, last but not least, Brant, who you got for us?
Well, you're a contender, so you need that piece. You just lost maybe one or two pieces. McMillan from Tampa Bay.
Ooh. Okay.
I bet there's not a whole lot of trades.
9, so not terrible. Okay, right here. Are you, as a contender, maybe you have Godwin, you just lost that, you're chasing those points. Are you willing to give up 2 second-round picks in the 2025 class for Jalen McMillan?
I am, and here's why. I want to talk about why this guy is such a trade for piece real fast.
Okay.
This guy did his best work at Washington out of the slot. Chris Godwin, been the slot receiver. Godwin went down. I understand they got to find an outside guy, too, for the next couple of weeks for Mike Evans. McMillan's going to go into that role, and I think he can fill that role. Now, this is from a Husky fan. I think he can really fill that Godwin role. I'm not going to say he's as good as Godwin, but I think he can really help fill that role.
Okay. All right. Here you go, Brant. This is like the ultimate I'm a contender going all in for this year trade. You get Jalen McMillan and a first in the 2026 class. You have to give up a Rashee Rice.
I'm going to take it and hope to God I can somehow figure out how to put it back together to get Rice back, but I'm going to take it for this year.
For again, if you're looking at your roster and maybe it's, hey, I've got Jordan Love who's playing well this year. I've got Derrick Henry. I've got George Kittle at my tight end who's having a serviceable year. And your second quarterback's Aaron Rodgers, and you're like, the window is right this second. I need that production I was getting from Chris Godwin. Yeah, you're going to move Rashee Rice. And, hey, worst case scenario, Brant, it's like, hey, Rashee Rice doesn't work out. I got Jalen McMillan. Maybe he's okay. Maybe he's not the best. It's not over. You still got that 2026 draft pick to get to in the first to try to maybe recoup some of that value, which is always nice as well.
Absolutely.
So there you go, Brant. Again, this is a site that I stumbled across. It's a lot of fun. It's very interactive. Like I said, you can import your own league into it. Definitely worth taking a look at. DynastyDaddy.com.
So I want you to put this in. Are you able to put a trade in to see what the value is?
Okay.
Put in Xavier Legette and a 2025 second for McMillan.
Oh, you want me to do the actual trade? Let's see.
Nope. Now, this is something that I've been thinking about of offering, so I'd like to see what it says. That league's pretty close to what we run, minus it's not a super flex, but still.
Okay, Xavier Legette.
Yeah.
And what was the other piece?
2025 second round.
Where at the second? Early, mid, or late?
It wouldn't be mine. Let me see who the other one is I got.
Let's just call it mid.
Okay.
For McMillan.
I think it's our it could be early. I take that back. Just put the end. Put the end. Put my pick. The other one is could possibly be the 201.
I'm not sure you're gonna want to do this anyway, but
I guess I have 3 seconds. So
late second. All right. So just for the positional where things shake out right now, and this obviously it factors a lot of things in the fact that Xavier Legette's already proven himself, whereas McMillan has not. McMillan's trade value is 976 points.
Okay.
That 2025 late second is worth 2,089 by itself. Xavier Legette is worth 2,200 points by himself. So
wow.
4,288 points for 976. It's saying if you would like to add players to make this trade even, you should be adding a late first round pick, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, or Ladd McConkey to the trade.
So I should be getting McMillan and one of those?
Correct.
So that'd be a huge overpay.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So again, like I said, the app's very fun. It's easy to add. Like if I would have had our sleeper league put in there, it would have literally said your team name versus that player's team name. I know who it is, but I don't need to put it out because we've got a possibility that he may watch this. So, but yes, anyway, it's a very interactive app. Go check it out if you haven't done so as you've sat and listened. But anyway, that does it for us this week, Brant. We'll be live Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time for all your live start sits. We don't have to compete with anything this week, Brant. There's no football on, so we should get a healthy dose of people tuning in to see these gorgeous round faces.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was pretty fun. I'm going to check this out, see if maybe I can get a little more even. Apparently, I was willing to give him the kitchen sink for one player that I believe in, which then would give me 2 Huskies on my team. I might as well go after Roma Dunze too. Just get all 3 of them. But as always, stay hungry
and stay fat, my friends.